Hi, I'm Kevin Smith from Trader Boat Magazine, and we're here at the 2022 Sanctuary Cove International Boat Show. Having a look at all the fantastic boats here, and the first one I'm taking a look at is probably one of the smallest of the range of the Stabicrafts, the new 1450. Normally we'd jump into the big boats here, 20 foot and above, but this time around, this one's attracted my attention, so let's take a closer look. Now what's interesting with the latest Stabicraft around, and in particular this 1450, is it's a little bit of an upgrade from the original 1410 that they had. It comes in a couple of different options, tiller steer through to the upgraded side console with a lot of bells and whistles. Now, a quick look at this one, which is sort of the top of the range. This one's got the metallic paint, it's fitted out with a Minn Kota electric motor, fancy little side console, and if you have a quick little look at that, you can see it doesn't have a system that goes all the way to the floor. Now that's quite interesting because what they've done in this boat is maximized all the space. So reducing that side console, bringing it up, allows more space for your legs. The whole internal has been opened up so you can fit more eskies, and when you take a closer look at the components on board, you can see that it's a really sturdy made boat. They've got quite a bit of a military style look to them, and I actually like it. The tiller steer just at the bottom of the range starts at around 32 grand, and this little weapon here comes in at 59,980 or so just under 60 grand. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's quite a bit of boat and bang for buck for its size. Again, when you start tricking it up with Garmin sounders, big ones at that 12-inch, the Minn Kota, and that all of a sudden starts adding on $10,000 to $15,000 plus the paint, alley trailer and that. So you can sort of see where that extra money comes in. So around that 60 grand mark, it still is actually quite good value for money. All right, so as far as suitability, well, as you can see, big open decks. This has got a little cast deck and all sorts of little grab rails and big side pockets, etc. So it comes down to fishability. So fishermen wanting a nice open deck. Spearos, it'll suit spear fishing. I've seen quite a few guys spear fishing off these as well. You can pack on like 3 or 4 of your mates on this, no problem, plus all of your gear. Even down to like little families. Again, it's under 5 meters, so small families, mom, dad, and the small kids. It's a nice, easy boat to handle, a quick boat to handle, easy to store, easy to launch and retrieve. So all around, it ticks a lot of boxes for such a small boat. All right, another one that's caught my eye at the show this year is Veitch Boats. Now, this I would classify as the most sexy 23-foot center console made in Australia. It's got American lines, but man, I like it. Beautiful sheer line. There's some exceptional finishes on this boat, and this one has been done in a single installation. They do come in twins. Big console, open area into a head, and what's very special about this one is it's got the new Seakeeper fitted. So we'll give you a little show on how it goes and how the Seakeeper actually settles the boat down once it's rocking and rolling. Take a look at this. So as you can see, if you're out at sea, you're going to be rocking all over the show. Switch the Seakeeper on, and it's literally under 10 seconds that the boat stops rocking and rolling. You cannot move it. So this gyro system here eliminates any roll on a monohull out there. It's incredible. So they're about 28 grand, and it's 28 grand's worth of seasick tablets. That's well worth it. Another boat that's caught my eye is this new Maven Cat. Let's jump on board and take a closer look. All right, so taking a closer look at the Maven Cat, it's a 7 meter, and that's something you don't find that's a common size in cats in Australia. This is also an alloy plate boat, so that's another quite a rare find. I love the look of it. The lines are fantastic. It's sort of got a sheer line that comes back, one that goes down in the bow, and yeah, 7 meters, full 2.5 beam, so lots of space, massive freeboard, and yeah, twin 135 Mercs on the back. Let's go and have a look and see what's inside. All right, automatically to catch my eye is the little layout that they got going on here. First thing is this massive console. Now, what I do like about these boats is that these guys are doing full customization on them. So if you don't like things this size, you can reduce it. This one for me, like for offshore fishing, looks spectacular. Lots of space for 2 people. Beautiful hardtop system, full padded combings through the gunnels. Inside it doesn't look too bad as far as freeboard's concerned. It's quite fishable and at a comfortable height. Then you move forward into sort of a family orientated setup in the front here. This will all have cushions on it, so a little bit of a bow rider styling. There's going to be a table that goes in, and then they're going to do infills as well, so it's got a full sort of day bed. So sort of a bit of a mix, family boating, serious fishing, and although this is the prototype and it hasn't been on the water yet, I'm really looking forward to actually getting onto the water and giving this a good test. So overall, it is nice to see a new type of boat like this, 7-meter cat, and done in alloy as well, and their finishes look pretty good for a locally Gold Coast manufactured boat. As far as pricing is concerned, apparently these are coming in at just under 300 grand, but it's quite a tricked up one with big electronics and a lot of little accessories and customization on board. Those on a bit of a tighter budget, well, obviously you could bring it a little bit down with reducing some of the extra bling on board, but overall it's not a too bad price. You don't find a lot of cats in Oz, and yeah, it's in full plate alloy, 5mm bottoms, 4mm structural systems, and then up to 3mm on the side. So it sounds like it's got a really good structural build as well. Out of all the amazing boats that I've already had a look at, this particular one has caught my eye, made by Iguana Boats, and it's their commuter range, which is the top of the range in this brand. So what makes this thing so important and fantastic? Well, aside from really interesting and innovative European design, come and have a look at this. These guys have a full all-terrain amphibious system incorporated into their boats. Now, I'm pretty keen to see it in having a full demo. What about you? Let's take a look. All right, so a quick little look inside. Pretty nice finishes throughout. As you can see, it's an entertainer's delight. So if you're looking for something that's an eye catcher and pretty tricked up and pretty cool all around, this is definitely worth having a look at. Cabin, everything's electronically operated. If I close the door, I've got to actually hit a little button here to open it again, sort of self-locks. All right, what else about the boat? Carbon fiber, fiberglass as well, so it's pretty strong. It's been made like that because of the weights and reducing a bit of weight. So yeah, it's interesting, and again, definitely something I'd like to see in full operation on the water. All right, so if you're looking for a cool toy locally around the Gold Coast or up on the islands or wherever you are, this is definitely worth having a look at. So being all terrain, it's going to create easy access to the water. So if you've got a property that suits that kind of style of boating, you could just be zipping in off the end of your grass into the water. If you're on the islands, big tidal areas or whatever, it's going to simplify your life. They come in at just over $1 million, which might sound like a lot, but it's a big boat and there's a lot going on with it as well. There's a lot of very expensive components, so it's not surprising that it costs that much. I'm seeing a lot more of this style of boat around, and I reckon there's going to be a lot more on the water.